Well, good morning, Jagender Rana here. Let's discuss insurance frauds. Insurance frauds. What is actually the definition of fraud? Fraud means any of the following acts committed by party to a contract or with his connivance or by his agent or to induce him to enter into the contract. So these are suggestion of the fact which is not true, concealment of the fact, promise made without the intention of performing it, act fitted to deceive, act or mission as law especially declares to be fraudulent. So the common term fraud says the intentional misrepresentation of material facts and circumstances to an insurance company to obtain payment that would not otherwise be made. So this is the very common definition prevailing nowadays, that the intentional misrepresentation of material facts and circumstances to an insurance company to obtain payment that would not otherwise be made. Now, what is the statistics? It has changed because few years back the estimated total fraud losses per year was $27.6 billion, where the automobile fraud were $12.3 billion, business and commercial frauds were $1.8 billion, homeowner fraud were $1.8 billion, life and disability fraud were $1.8 billion, and the others were $10.2 billion. This situation have now changed, specifically in terms of rupees in India. The latest figures will open the eyes because it has increased drastically high. What is the motive of the fraudsters? Greed and early success. That's all. To help the family of the insured. So if you want to identify and detect the frauds, how that can be done? Because 6 P's have to be seen. Then there is a red flag. What these 6 P's are? Close proximity, proximity cause, claimant beneficiary, insured provides all the conceivable claim documents with the initial claim form without it being requested. Treatment seems excessive for claim diagnosis, and the past claim history. 6 P's have to be checked. Those 6 P's relate to the claims. Past claim history, financial status, background of the insured and family, and the geographical area or region or agents. if they are involved. So, what is the procedure of checking the frauds? Normally, there is appointment of an investigator who is investigating the fact, finding out the truth, interrogating the insureds or the intermediaries who are involved in the frauds, because they are the people who are expert in their trade, so they can smell with the details available with them or with the documents available with them. The nature of the loss speaks a lot. Whether it is genuine or it is manipulated, that also gives a right clue about the fraud, because the investigators can easily have an idea with the cause of loss and the nature of loss, whether it is in synchronization of the cause of loss or not. Loss may be there, but is it the direct result of the cause explained? So that has to be checked and investigated. So appointment of an investigator is most important task. Then the referral of the major claims to special. Referral of the major claims to special investigation units, that is called SIU. A special investigation unit. You know what the insurance companies are doing? They are doing investigation in major claims through their special investigation units, because they are mostly manipulated or exaggerated, or there is some link to the fraudsters. And then the documentary evidence. Whatever detail is required, whatever documents are required from the insured relating to the claim, those documents have to be checked and cross-checked, because the detail given at the time of insurance and the detail provided of the property or the machinery at the time of loss may differ. So if such a case is there, in that case manipulation is possible, and this kind of manipulation is very normal. It's not very costly or not very difficult also. Then all activities done to be recorded, because the activities also draw a map of the genuineness and the mistakes. So the mistakes committed by the fraudsters will speak a lot about their manipulation they are doing. If there is a fraud, then how it can be prevented? There are certain facts given to prevent the frauds, like pooling of data, undercover agent, justified underwriting, geographical region agency or precise policy wordings. They are all separate individuals. Say pooling of data. For one property or one machine or one person, insured has taken how many claims and from which insurance company? If the pooling of data is there, easily he can be caught, because the record of all the insurance companies will speak by his name, by his contact number, by his detail provided relating to the property or person. So pooling of data is a good methodology to prevent the frauds. then undercover agents. All agents are not genuine. All agents are not fraudsters also. But this is a fact that the involvement of some agents in the fraud activity has spoiled the name of intermediaries. Because a very few agents are involved in this kind of activities, but they are so expert in their doing the fraud activities, and they are repeating the same incidences or instances in the different companies very frequently till they are caught red-handed. So such undercover agents should also be highlighted. Then comes justified underwriting. Through underwriting also the frauds can be prevented. The only thing is the underwriter has to control the geographical region, agency and precise policy wordings. This data in detail, if scrutinized minutely, the fraud can be checked. Fraud can be controlled at the right time. That is what you say, nip in the bud. If you are controlling the things at the initial stage, there is a possibility that the money is not involved in the fraud and the fraud is prevented. Because fraudsters are doing these activities in different regions. And in the absence of the pooling of data, it is difficult for insurers to catch their activities. Because the different regions are not able to supply the data. So insurers have no proper monitoring over the fraud control. Involvement of agencies and involvement of precise policy wordings also gives boost to the frauds. So these are the certain areas which can contribute to the prevention of the fraud control. If you see the case study, you will find that there are various areas where the fraudsters are doing the frauds. They may be the intermediaries, they may be the insurance employees, they may be the claimants. But frauds are everywhere. Rampant insurance frauds are there. Today, it's very easy to commit an insurance fraud. Because due to lack of awareness, due to insurers having no proper strategy to control the frauds, they have no application of technology to control the fraud, or control and monitor the frauds. So the claimants or the fraudsters are taking benefit of such situations. Let's see a case study. A claim received. Death of insured due to electric shock. Insured is Mr. Mangalapati Babu Rao. Claimant's nominee is there, Chinta Reddy. personal accident policy is there. Claim amount is INR 1.2 million. Now what are the red flags? See, nominee was a friend. When the insured is appointing a friend as his nominee, if he has no family, no friends, no parents, no children, in that case it's okay. But normally an insured who is taking the policy for such a big amount must be having his wife, his children, his mother, his father, or brothers, sisters. Why a friend? Secondly, from a place other than that of the insured. The red flag is that the person has taken the policy from a place where he is not residing, where he is not working. He is taking a policy from such a place where he has no connection, just to hide himself, just to hide his identity. Third red flag is the insured is a laborer with a high coverage. A laborer taking the policy for such a big sum insured and submitting a claim for the death due to electrical shock. This is something very surprising because the facts are not correlating to his job, to his wages, to his residential address, to his family status, and lastly notice from an advocate. The information is given about the loss through an advocate. Means the person is smart enough to handle the fraud because he don't want to come into the picture. But since he is the insured and is taking the policy and submitting a claim of death for himself, so obviously since he is no more, in that case his father, his mother, his family member should take the claim, or even nominee, but the intimation is given by an advocate. So these all red flags are giving a hint that the intention of the insured initially from the time of taking the policy was not good. This is a case of moral hazard because the policy is a individual personal accident policy where the claim of death is filed. Insured has the nominee as a nominee, his friend, and claim amount is 1.2 million. 1.2 million while he is a laborer. He is a laborer. He has purchased the policy from the place where he is not residing. He has nominated a person who is his friend. He has taken a policy for such a high coverage, and the intimation is given by an advocate. This kind of losses are frequent in the insurance industry, and this kind of losses are increasing the fraud. Despite of having no proper fraud control strategy, insurance companies are noticing such incidents and catching them and controlling them. So this is insurance fraud. Thank you.